welcome back to another two-handed Marvel Champions, not live play, recorded play. So this is going to be something that I plan to be doing more so in the future, playing multi-handed as recorded recorded videos, where I can find and exploit some synergies between some heroes and try and take on some interesting, unique, and fun matchups. And so today we are going to be teaming up Miles Morales and Captain America Steve Rogers against Ebony Maw. Now, it's going to be kind of fun because I'm excited for these decks, and we will talk about the decks and we will go into what they are supposed to do. But I've set it up so that I think this is going to be a pretty intense matchup. The reason being is Ebony Maw is going to be teamed up with Mr. Hyde and MODOK, so two very, very big, powerful minions that they will be coming out. But also Ebony Maw, he has the gimmick where he will have spells, and spells get removed whenever Ebony Maw activates against you. And so I wanted to combo that and give him the Infinity Gauntlet as well. And so the Infinity Gauntlet has has stones that will activate after Ebony Maw has activated against you, gives him a +1/+1 to his stats, and just makes him overall just a more difficult hero or villain to take on. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. Ebony Maw has a lot of hit points, and the way that we are approaching this is we're going to try and lock out Ebony Maw. So Steve Rogers, his deck is kind of built around stunning, and then Miles is kind of built around confusing. And so we can hopefully sit here and not take too many negative consequences by having Ebony Maw activate, if we can make sure that he's locked out of activation so we don't lose the counters on the spells, and we don't resolve Infinity Gauntlets. Can we do it? I have no idea. It's going to be a tough matchup, and one of the things that I will say is that if I ever do a game and I lose, I will still post it. I don't think that there's much value in me only posting wins, and so since they are not live, I do have a little bit more leeway on, if I did have to post it, but I will. The only caveat there is if there's an egregious rules error or something like that and I play, I won't post it at that point, just because I think a lot of people watch these videos and they expect, rightfully so, that I play correctly, but also just like I know people will learn rules, and I want to make sure that it's a clean game, or as clean of a game as I can possibly make it. That being said, if you ever see any rules errors or anything, please let me know in the comments. That will help people reading through the comments later to notice if I did something wrong, and it's also something that will help me just make sure that I'm playing clean, and I will try not to miss it next time. But we've got Ebony Maw here, and I am hoping that we will win. We do have two very powerful heroes. This is a very tough matchup though, so let's see how it goes. Let's talk about Steve's deck first. So those are his cards. So Steve is all about, I don't know why the helicarrier is on top. Helicarrier should be back here. Steve's all about stunning Ebony Maw. Now, Miles can do that as well. He has his Venom Blast ability allows you to stun Ebony Maw or stun the attacked enemy. So I think Miles can help out with the stunning a little bit. And then we have Professor X in here to help out with confusing a little bit for Steve. But that being said, we're going to have Miles focus on confusing and Steve focus on stunning. Now, Steve has the 3 heroic strikes in his deck, which stun if paid for with a physical resource. That being said, we also have Mockingbird. We have Iceman to help stun the minions that come out. Iron Fist to help stun. And then Tackles. These are going to be our main stun targets. Ideally, we will not have to use the Never Back Downs with Jocasta. Jocasta is going to grab the Never Back Downs. Ideally, we will not have to do that because hopefully we will not be having Ebony Maw activate at all. And therefore, we can have, we won't need the Never Back Downs. But what Jocasta allows us to do is leave it on the table in case we ever do need to. So if we draw an Assault, both of us are in hero form for whatever reason that may be, we do have a ability to get some stun lock in that area. If anything else, they are physical resources, which can help with the heroic strikes. We got Victor Mancha, who takes 1 less damage from each attack by 1. Now, those are mainly, he's going to be mainly targeting for the minions if they are out, but also for the minions, we've got these pin downs, which I think will help. So if MODOK comes out, he's a 2-2, the pin down is going to give that minion -2 attack. So now we only really have to be concerned about MODOK scheming, and we can leave him out all game. Professor X helps with the confuse. Nick is going to help with probably just cycling cards. Now, Nick could also take a hit if need be. Again, we don't want to be having Ebony Maw activate. We have a armored vest, mainly to get Steve up to that 3 defense for minion activations. And if anything goes bad and Ebony Maw has to activate, that as well. We've got med teams. Med teams are in here to keep Victor alive, as well as either Jocasta to help with just that consistent 2 thwarts, or over here in Peter's deck, we're going to be running like Spider-Man, Peter Parker. So the med teams are going to be over here healing Peter. So once we play Peter, ideally we will never have to discard Peter. Got the Night Nurse, which is going to help remove some status effects as well as heal. It's kind of really just an out. And then we've got Helicarrier and Avengers Mansion. I went Helicarrier over Quinn Carrier mainly because I don't need the resources as much as I need the flexibility of giving Miles the discount. Avengers Mansions, and then we've got doubles and power of protections to pay for it. So that's going to be Steve's deck, really focused around the stunning of Ebony Maw. And then during the play style, what we're going to be attempting to do is have 1 character in alter ego and 1 character in hero form going into the villain phase, and ideally stunned and confused, and then we will flip back and forth every single turn. That's the idea behind the deck. Let's see if we can execute. Talking about Miles is all about confusing. So Eros helps confuse minions. Dazzler helps confuse probably the Ebony Maw when she comes into play. We got 2 concussive blows. And the reason we're not running 3 like we are over here is Miles has a lot of ways to confuse using his spider camouflage ability, as well as recurring cards that can use his spider camouflage ability. So since we're flipping ideally into alter ego every other turn, we should be able to shuffle those cards back into our deck using Miles' response. Got Sonic Rifles just in case. For Justice and Overwatch to help with threat. Now Overwatch will probably throw here on the main because we have some nasty side schemes that can come out. We got 2 skilled investigators, so once we do kill those side schemes, we can both draw cards. We got Wraith to help with boost effects, Blindfold to help set the deck, Ghost Spider to help go find whatever we need. Peter's going to hopefully stay on the table the entire game and just give Miles 2 activations every single turn. We got Under Surveillance for the main, Helicarrier, Champion's Bunker, Avengers Mansions. We got 2 Heroic Intuitions. Now, this is going to go, the first one's going to go on Steve. The second one's going to go on Miles, because once Peter is out, they will both have 2 activations a round. Assuming that we're using the I Can Do This All Day ability for Steve, where we discard a card and ready him. And so that's 6 plus 6 threat removal each round, so 12. And that's why we don't have a ton of events in our kit that will remove threat. We've got Genius and Power of Justice. Now, the concern with these decks is damage. Now, Ebony Maw has a significant amount of health. He has 18 per player, putting him at 36 for stage 1, and then 23 per player on stage 3, putting him at 46 health. Since we don't have an aggression player at the table, we are going to be mainly relying on our heroic strikes to trigger and deal damage, as well as basic activations. The basic activations hopefully will get there, but I don't think that we win this game if the game goes on too long. So that'll be fun. It'll be interesting. We're running 42 cards, 40 cards over here on Steve. Mainly I just threw the Heroic Intuitions in there at the last second just because I was kind of interested. Or I was like, oh, that actually works pretty well. And did we shuffle Steve's deck? Looks like we did. So here we are. We are going to have Miles go first. I don't have a reason for that. I just know that if Miles goes first, we have the option that if either of us draw a ally, Steve's Living Legend ability, reduce the cost of the first ally played each round by 1, can trigger for either character. So Miles, if he plays an ally, gets that discount. If not, Steve could get the discount, just opening up our flexibility a little bit. Okay, let's go. Attack on Nowhere. So when revealed, each player discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a spell environment is discarded and puts it into their play area. Shuffle the encounter deck, discard pile into the encounter deck. So Miles is going to start us out. Hey, there goes MODOK. Pacification is Miles. So Surge, we don't Surge, but it enters play with 3 invocation counters. Whenever Ebony Maw activates, it's an interrupt, so this would get removed first. And then after 3 activations, or after, I guess, we run out of counters, because there are cards that will turn off or remove counters, discard it, exhaust each upgrade you control, and then it stuns Miles. Then Steve over here is going to get Manipulation. So this enters play with 2 counters on it. After the last counter is removed, discard 1 card at random from your hand, and then we are confused. So those are what's happening. We're going to shuffle this back in, and then we're going to resolve Ebony Maw's ability. So Ebony Maw says, when revealed, each player discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a spell and puts that card into play in the threat area. So Miles, we're going to start. There goes an Advanced Biochemical. There goes an Assault. There goes Rubble Storm. So Rubble Storm, after the last counter is removed, deal 2 damage to each character you control. That comes in with 3. So in 3 turns, Miles is going to have a pretty rough turn. And then Steve has got a Fireball. Yikes. And MODOK and all of that good stuff are still in the encounter deck. So unfortunately, we can't totally get rid of MODOK yet. So here we are. Okay, so Fireball comes in with 4 invocation counters. After the last one is removed, deal 4 damage to your identity. So fun start. Let's go over here. Let's see what Miles is going to start out with. We got 2, 4, 6 cards from Miles and Alter Ego. We got Genki right off the bat. I like that. Arachnobatics, we probably don't need that. However, Arachnobatics is going to be a very strong card and another instance of damage for us, because it's deal 2 damage, 3 damage for each if the character attacked is stunned or confused. And so that can be 3, 3, 2 for 1, which is really strong. We've got Web Shot, which is Venom Blast, or resolve the Venom Blast, so it could stun. Power of Justice, Energy, and Genius. So we're definitely going to run Genki here. I think we're going to pass on Arachnobatics. I think we're going to keep here, and I think we're going to keep the Web Shot, mainly just because the Web Shot does guarantee a stun for Ebony Maw, even if Steve doesn't draw something. If he does, then we can probably use Web Shot for something else. But let's go ahead and mulligan these 2 cards, the Power of Justice and Arachnobatics, for, I'm going to get a double, another Web Shot and an Overwatch. Alrighty. So there is Miles's hand. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Steve gets. So Shield Block, Never Back Down, Nick Fury, ooh, Fearless Determination. That reminds me, we need to put 2 here. Avengers Mansion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Love that Avengers Mansion. And Victor Mancha. So we don't have any allies over here, so it makes me really want to keep Victor, just because Victor is going to be a 1 cost ally to play. I would like to play Mansion and Nick, which is tough, right? So we got 4. If we play Avengers Mansion, we could play Victor as well, because we can play Avengers, draw a card, use that card to pay for Victor. The other thing, though, that we want to be cognizant of is we do want to get the Captain America shield upgrade and add it to our hand. So with that, I would like to get Avengers Mansion out, but I think we're going to mulligan these 4 and hopefully draw into a double. So let's go ahead and toss these 4. Mockingbird, Med Team, Shield Toss, Helicarrier. No double for us. Let's go grab our shield. Did I just... No, that's the helmet. Where is my shield? There it is. We may not get Victor out. We may just lose that Living Legend ability, and we may have to be fine with that. Also, Miles is going to be able to draw a card with Genki, so maybe we can flip into that if we can. Alrighty, so there we go. There we go. Everything is set up, and it is time to go. Sorry, I was just checking something. Okay, so over here, Miles. Let's go ahead and use a Genius to play a Genki Lee. A Genius states that, or I'm sorry, Genki states that we can exhaust Genki to draw a card. If you're in hero form, choose to discard one card from your hand. So we're going to draw into For Justice, not an ally. Honestly, we can web shot Ebony Maw twice and just deal a ton of damage to him. So let's flip up to Spider-Man. We're gonna use a energy to play web shot. So deal 4 damage to an enemy. If we use this card paying with a lightning resource, resolve Spider-Man's Venom Blast ability. Venom Blast states to deal 2 damage to an enemy and then stun that enemy. So Ebony Maw is now stunned. I'm trying to think of, do I just play web shot again and I just deal 6 more damage? That's not a bad call, I don't think. Now we lose out on the stun. We have another copy of Overwatch, so I think I'm just going to do that. We're just going to go web shot, deal 4 damage to an enemy, and then resolve Venom Blast. Venom Blast is deal 2 damage to an enemy, so this is going to go down to 24. Just like that. Boom. Alrighty, so it is now Steve's turn. Actually, hold on. Spider-Man is going to 4-2 here. Boom. Just like that. Forgot his basic activation. I think getting a Avengers Mansion out right now is the best call. So let's go ahead and use these 4 to play Avengers Mansion. We will use Avengers Mansion to draw a card into Super Soldier Serum. Oh no. Oh no. It would be really good to get Super Soldier Serum on the table. But then I couldn't get the shield back. I think I'm just going to use Victor. Or do I use Super Soldier Serum to play for Victor, and then I hang on to the shield and play it next turn? Steve's going to probably stay down in Alter Ego, because that can get us kind of rolling. I think we're going to do that. I think if we get Victor onto the table, we don't have a Rubble Storm over here. We use Super Soldier Serum and we hang on to Captain America's shield. Victor Mancha gets to be played. And we lose this resource generator, but we have another one. We have a mansion on the table, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and get Victor onto the table, and then we'll hang on to Super Soldier Serum. The reason that he only costs 1 is the Living Legend ability. We can't do anything with Steve's recovery, and so we're going to hang out there and ready up. We will run out of room eventually with this 2-handed play, and that's okay. So Spider-Man gets 5 cards. We got Arachnobatics, a Helicarrier, nice, Mobile Bunker, Dazzler, and Ghost Spider. What a hand. Dang. Okay. Steve over here is going to keep his shield. Got Tackle, Night Nurse, nice. Tackle, okay. All the tackles. Agent 13, and Heroic Strike. Alrighty, sweet. So Agent 13 is a ally, but we can also use the Living Legend No, we can't. We cannot use the Living Legend ability for Miles if Steve is going to flip up. So, kind of just something to think about. Let's start out here. We've got 2 threat on the main scheme. Ebony Maw is going to look at Miles and attack, but Ebony Maw is stunned. Then Ebony Maw is going to look here and scheme. The interrupt removes these 2. And then Ebony Maw is going to scheme for 3 plus a boost card. Plus 3. Good, 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 good. So that's 6. So we're already up to 8 out of 12. And then, as a forced response, after the attached villain activates, resolve each stone in play. Otherwise, put the top card of the Infinity Stone deck into play. So we're put in the Reality Stone. Discard an ally, upgrade, or support you control. Place this card in the Infinity Stone deck discard pile. Alrighty. We will deal out encounter cards, and Miles has got a Abjuration. Prevent all damage to Ebony Maw. After Abjuration prevents 2 or more damage from a single attack, discard it. And Steve starting out real strong with Shadows of the Past, with Baron Zemo coming out. I'm already running out of room. Let's go over here for the Infinity Gauntlet, and Baron's going to be engaged here. Baron has Quick Strike. That's fine. We're an alter ego. Hit squad. In player order, each player discards the top card of the encounter deck and takes 1 damage for each boost icon discarded this way. So Miles is going to take 1 damage, and Steve is going to take 1 damage. There goes Calvin. We will shuffle this in. And that comes in with 6 players and 6 threats and an acceleration icon. See, here I was worried that we wouldn't have enough to do. Okay. We have to get rid of Baron. Yeah, we have to. I mean, Baron's a 3 attack. That's pretty tough. Here we are. Okay, so let's pass this over. Spider-Man does not really have any actions to call on, but Spider-Man can confuse, and Steve can stun. So we've got that stun lock going. Let's go ahead and Mansion for Steve to draw into Power of Protection. That's pretty good for us, honestly, because now we can focus on the tackle rather than the Heroic Strike. Heroic Strike is more damage, but tackle is now effectively cheaper. What I'm looking at now is, can we play Agent 13? We cannot. We cannot play Agent 13 and do everything that we want to do. And so we can go tackle here. We can go Night Nurse and Heroic and Captain Shield. I think that's probably what we want to do. Okay. So Steve, we're not going to use the Living Legend, but we will flip up. We will go ahead and attack. This is going to prevent all damage, and we're going to discard because it does 2 or more damage. We will Power of Protection and Agent 13 to play tackle. So stun an enemy. If we paid for this using a physical resource, which we did with the Wild, deal 3 damage. Yep. Then we will use a Heroic Strike to play the Night Nurse. Night Nurse enters with 3 medical counters. We can exhaust the Night Nurse to heal a damage and remove a status card from one of our heroes. And then we're going to toss a tackle to play a Captain America Shield. That gives us +1 defense and retaliate. Victor's going to hang out. Night Nurse is going to hang out just because we don't need her quite yet. Baron is going to hit us. We'll probably block with Victor, so we got a little bit of time. Okay, now over here, we get Mobile Bunker. Mobile Bunker out would be great, but I don't think we can. We need to play Dazzler. We need to confuse Ebony Maw. And so let's do Genki first. We'll draw a card. It's a Web Shot. and we'll toss the web shot. We don't need the web shot. It would be nice to get some of these building blocks out, but I would rather get the um, would I rather it actually may not be the end of the world if we have Ebony Maw activate. Now we would have to discard a upgrade, ally, or support that we control. So that would kind of stink. But we could get the helicarrier into play. Not worth. Not worth. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 for a Dazzler. We are gonna confuse Ebony Maw. Dazzler is going to thwart. Spider-Man is going to thwart. So we'll take this down to 4. And Spider-Man is going to flip to Miles. We're going to be able to shuffle a Spider-Man card back into our deck. It's probably going to be Web Shot. We have so many Web Shots. Arachnobatics would also be an interesting option. We do have a lot of Confuse coming up just because we have all of those cards that we have ready to go. Do we go Web Shot? Do we go Web Shot? Or Arachnobatics? Arachnobatics is so efficiently, so much efficient damage. We'll go Web Shot. We'll go Web Shot now. Oh, and Dazzler needs the damage. Okay. There's Miles' turn, so let's go ahead and ready everybody. And Cap is going to draw up to 5. So we got Shield Toss. Got Heroic Strike. So there's our stun. Fearless Determination. Jocasta, 2, 4. And a Genius. Nice. Okay. And then Miles gets to draw up to 6. So we got Eros. Double Life. Defense Mechanism. There's our Confuse. There's his mansion. Sonic Rifle. Ooh, Sonic Rifle is 2, 4, 5. And a Heroic Intuition. Alrighty. Sweet. We'll start out by placing 3 here. So 2, 4, 6, 7. Ebony Maw is going to look at Cap and be stunned. Baron is going to attack. We will block with Victor. Victor reduces the amount of damage taken by 1, so that's going to be 2. And then Ebony Maw is going to look at Miles and be confused. And we will deal out encounter cards. Cap is going to start us out with Pacification. This surges and enters play with 3 invocation counters. And it is the exhaust all our upgrades. Surges into an advance. Yikes. Uh-oh. So advance, we're going to go ahead and remove, and then manipulation does trigger. So I am confused. And we have to discard 1 card at random from our hand. We will reroll a 6. Reroll a 6. 5 is going to be Genius. Dang it. Boo. 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 And then Ebony Maw is actually going to scheme for 3 plus 1 is 4. So that's 2, 4, 6, 10. We're at 11. Yikes. 11 out of 12. And then Reality Stone is going to trigger. So discard a ally, upgrade, or support that we control. I think that's going to be Victor. I think we're going to toss Victor here. Sad, but I want all of these. Well, that was exciting. Oh my goodness, we got Miles for an assault, which surges into a Hydra Soldier. Guard, when defeated, deal the engaged player an encounter card. With guard. Alrighty. Cool. We will pass over to Miles. And let's see what we got. We'll use Genki to draw a card. Drawing into Concussive Blow. This is an attack. So I would rather get Sonic Rifle out. Sonic Rifle would allow me to consistently confuse. I'm trying to figure out if we can we get Mansion out? We can go Concussive Blow, Arrows, Double Life, and Heroic Intuition to play Mansion. Then we have the ability that we could potentially draw into a double. If not, we can use our Mansion over here to give Miles access to the Sonic Rifle, which I think we will do. Just, I mean, getting Mansion out this early is going to be nice, so we'll pay 4 for Mansion. We'll use Mansion to draw into a Spider-Man, which is even harder to pass up, but we're going to have to just because we don't have the requirements to play Spider-Man. So let's go ahead and use Avengers Mansion to draw Miles a card, which is a 4 Justice. And then we will toss all of these for a Sonic Rifle. Sonic Rifle comes with 2 charges. We can exhaust the Sonic Rifle to confuse an enemy or deal 3 damage to that enemy if they are already confused. We will flip up to Spider-Man. Let's go ahead and okay. So what is Captain doing? Captain America is going to play Heroic Strike. Pretty much that's what Captain America is doing. So let's go ahead and Sonic Rifle to confuse here. Captain America also has a basic activation. We need to thwart this or we're gonna lose that. Which may not be the end of the world. We would only get 1 spell. We would get an acceleration token because one of our spells is in the discard pile already. We could go ahead and thwart 4. So it would save the main. Like Spider-Man and Dazzler. Cap cannot thwart with Baron here. Or do we take out the Hydra Soldier? I think we go here. I think we thwart. Take 2 damage to thwart this down to 7. So now we won't lose the main unless something bad happens. And then we will pass it over to Captain America. Captain America is going to use Night Nurse. So Night Nurse is going to heal Captain America for 1. And then remove Confuse. We are going to play Heroic Strike. We actually... Oh, we don't have a physical resource. Heroic Strike does not stun. Oh. We can have Dazzler block the attack, so it's not the end of the world, but that's funny. So in that case, I think we're going to just use the Heroic Strike to kill Baron. So we're going to use these 3 to deal 6 damage to Baron Zemo, which is going to kill Baron. Oops. Now we can thwart, or we can just basic attack. I think we're going to... I'm going to deal 2 damage over here. Because I would like to get the guard away from Hydra Soldier. Thwart. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. And Cap's going to flip down. Let's stand up. Spider-Man's first player, so blindfold, nice. Skilled Investigator, beautiful. There's our web shooter. Another Sonic Rifle, and an Under Surveillance. Okay, so nice. Good stuff. And then Steve over here is going to get a shield block. Ooh. Huh. An energy. Iceman. Armored Vest 2, 4. Never Back Down. And a med team. Okay. Starting out, we're going to place 2 here, so we're going up to 9 out of 12. Nope, 3 here, I'm sorry. So 10 out of 12. Ebony Maw is going to look at Spider-Man and attack. The interrupt happens here. Ebony Maw is going to attack. We'll have Dazzler block for 2. So Ebony Maw is attacking for 3. Plus 3. Yikes. Dazzler is probably not feeling too good. So Dazzler goes away. Hydra Soldier is going to attack for 2. Spider-Man goes down to 6. And Infinity Gauntlet. So we're going to get a Time Stone. Discard the top 4 cards of your deck and place 1 threat on the main scheme for each different card discarded this way. Place this card in the Infinity Stone discard pile. Ebony Maw is going to scheme against Steve. We're going to go there. Cool. Deal out encounter cards. 1 and 1. Miles has got Hide Formula. If Calvin Zabo is in play, he schemes with +3 schemes, and then he takes 4 damage. Mr. Hyde is in play, give him a tough status card. Neither is in play, this card can Surge. So surges into biomechanical upgrades, which surges, we attach it to the minion with the highest printed hit points without another copy of biomechanical upgrades, and then when the attached minion would be defeated, heal all damage from it instead, and discard this card. So Hydra Soldier is now a Mega Soldier, which is terrifying. It is straight terrifying. Okay. We've got... Hey, there's MODOK. I'm glad that happened in that order, though. So MODOK has Retaliate 2, and he is a 2/2 minion. Just going to put this here so I remember. Now, Steve has got to figure out how to get rid of that. And ideally, we have 2 copies of Pin Down in a fairly thin deck. And so I'm hoping that we'll be able to do that. But here we are. Okay. First things first, let's use an energy to pay for an Iceman. So Iceman comes in with 3 freeze counters, and after a minion enters play, remove 1 freeze counter from Iceman to stun that minion. We only pay 2 for him because of our Living Legend ability. Let's go ahead and use a Mansion to draw into a Strength. Okay, well, that makes that kind of interesting. Trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. We have a Confuse over here with the Sonic Rifle, but we do not have a Stun. So Ebony Maw will attack Steve, which is fine. Kind of. Oh, we have a shield block, so we could actually hang on to that. We could prevent all the damage that Ebony Maw is going to be doing, which would be kind of nice. But I'm thinking that we give Steve the card draw with this Avengers Mansion, hopefully drawing into a Pin Down. So let's go ahead and draw. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Yes. Okay. Sweet. Now let's go ahead and flip up. We're going to play Pin Down on MODOK. So now MODOK has -2 attack. Sweet. Nice. That was exciting. Let's go ahead and... Spider-Man attacking this round? He really isn't. We do have a Confused with the Sonic Rifle, but that probably means that we want to play the other Sonic Rifle. Just so we can... Yeah. So let's go ahead and go Never Back Down and Strength to play a med team. Comes in with 3 medical counters, so we can start healing some people if we need it. Really, we wanted this for the Peter Parker ally, which we have passed up in Miles' kit. That being said, it's nice to just have it out. Let's go ahead and let's thwart 2 here. Am I losing the main? Am I losing the main? We drop an Under Surveillance. That would be a way to save it. We could drop an Under Surveillance, which we'll probably want to do. We will probably drop an Under Surveillance on the attack on Nowhere. Let's go ahead and discard Armored Vest to I Can Do This All Day and ready. We will go ahead and thwart 2 here. This is going to set us up for a Skilled Investigator, so we can drop Skilled Investigator on Spider-Man. Spider-Man can thwart and get rid of it, so that's kind of nice. We're sitting at 10. Let me just fix that real quick with that. 10 out of 12. We're pushing 3. We could go 10 out of 16. Pushing 3 puts us at 3. We do have a Confused, so we should be fine. We should be fine. We have a shield block for Cap. Let's go ahead and have Iceman Is Iceman just gonna thwart one? Let's do that. Let's have Iceman thwart one. Because now we're at 9. So if we thwart one more, we don't lose it on the... We don't lose it. So... Okay. So that's Captain America's turn. We're going to hang on to the shield block over here so that we have an answer to this attack. Just going to be a lot of attack. Okay, so Spider-Man is going to play a skilled investigator on himself and go ahead and thwart this, which will trigger skilled investigator to draw a card. Concussive blow. There's a confuse now. So we don't actually have to use our sonic rifle if we don't want to. We still need to play under surveillance, though. We have to play under surveillance. I think... Or we could play blindfold. We could play blindfold. Oh, concussive blows an attack, and we have guard, so we can't actually do that. So let's do sonic rifle to confuse. We do have a Genki, so we could use Genki. Or sonic rifle under surveillance and whatever we draw with Genki. Or we could use Genki right now, get the card, hopefully draw into something better. No, I think we have to... Not having the sonic rifle is going to be sad. So actually, you know what we could do? We can hang on to the sonic rifle. Okay, so here we go. Let's use concussive blow to play a web shooter. Web shooter comes in with 3 counters. We can exhaust it to generate a wild resource. Just like that. Then we will use web shooter. We will use blindfold as a resource to play under surveillance on the main. So now we thread out at 16. Yep. We will flip down to Miles and we will use Genki to draw a card into Jefferson Davis. We'll probably hang on to Jefferson Davis. We're drawing up to 6. This is 4. This is 3. So we don't have enough to pay for both of them. That being said, we do have a double and we do have a mansion. And we do have a web shooter. So we could pay for both of them. So let's go ahead and just hang on to Jefferson Davis because I think he's going to be a nice, consistent threat reduction. So that's going to be it for Miles. So let's go ahead and stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Captain America is going to hang on to his shield, or his block. We got Professor X, which is nice. Heroic Strike. There's one of our stuns. Power of Protection. 4. And another pin down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Miles is going to keep these 2 cards. We got a Wraith, a Strength. There's our double. Let's go. Power. Oh, geez. There's another double. Sweet. That's actually pretty great. 2, 4, 5, and Overwatch. Nice. We're going to start out by placing 3. So this is going to go up to 12. Ebony Maw is going to take a look at Captain America and go ahead and reduce this. Actually, kind of funny thing, MODOK will eventually kill himself by running into Captain America's Retaliate, which is pretty funny because I don't really want that to happen. I don't really want that to happen. Nice. So Ebony Maw is going to activate. We took those away. Oh, I forgot about the time stone. We're going to lose the main. Yikes. Oh, well. Here we are. So Ebony Maw is going to attack for 3 plus a boost card, which is +2. We will go ahead and shield block. When you would take any amount of damage, exhaust Captain America's shield, prevent all of that damage. Retaliate is going to trigger and knock this one off. But Time Stone is going to trigger. So discard the top 4 cards of your deck and place 1 threat on the main scheme for each different card type discarded this way. So we got a upgrade, an ally, an upgrade, and a support. So 3, that takes us up to 15, which will push us. Because we thread out at 16 and we have 1 coming here. That's so sad. Bummer. Okay. Dang. Dang. I forgot about that. I forgot about it. MODOK is going to take 1 from the retaliate. He's attacking us for 0. And that's so dang. Okay, well we'll hit. Oh, I forgot to shuffle a card back in with Miles' response. Need to remember to do that because that is important. But here we are. Dang. Okay, so yep. So Ebony Maw is confused against Miles. Hydra is going to scheme for 1, which will push us. When revealed, shuffle the encounter deck discard pile into the encounter deck. Oh, I forgot about that. Actually, we will both get 1 because there's 8 total. And is this still on the screen? It is. We will run out of room. So shuffle the encounter deck discard pile into the encounter deck. Each player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until a spell environment is discarded and puts it into play in their play area. If the players... Did I place 3? I did place 3. I shouldn't have placed 3. We're fine. Hold on. I'm sorry. I put this here. We were at 9. We placed 3 up to 12. We did 3, which would put us at 15, 16. I should not have done this because we did take care of this side scheme. So we're actually... You know what? I've already shuffled this. So we are... That's on me. That's on me. I can't undo that. So let's we'll make it a little bit harder on ourselves. How about that? Bummer. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Oh well. Here we are. So we'll start with Captain America. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Rubble Storm. Rubble Storm comes in with 3 counters. And then we've got Miles is going to get Manipulation. So this enters play with 2 counters on it. After the last counter, discard a random card, and we are confused. Okay. Yep. That stings, but made it harder on myself. Encounter cards. So Captain America is gonna get Fireball. Okay, well there you go. There's another one. So many. We're gonna place Iceman up here now. It's so busy. So Fireball comes in with 4. And it surges into Caught Off Guard. Discard an upgrade or support that we control. Ooh, actually, hold on. Do I have no... I'm going to discard Pin Down. So we have another Pin Down in our hand. Then we can't play... Oh, we'll be fine. Miles is going to get Hit Squad. When revealed in player order, each player discards the top card of the encounter deck and takes damage for each boost icon discarded this way. Comes in with 6, and our acceleration token is back. Serves me right. Also, we need 2 here. Hit Squad's going to come in with 6. In player order, we're going to take some damage. So we got Cap is going to take 1. And then Miles is going to take 2. There goes Miles' obligation, so that's nice. Miles is down to 4. Ebony Maw is at 20. Cap is at 10. Miles is at 4. And we are passing over to Miles. Okay. Genki is going to draw Miles a card. Got Heroic Intuition. All right. So we are going to use a Strength to play a Jefferson Davis. We're just going to stack these. Jefferson Davis can exhaust to remove threat from the scheme with the least amount of threat. Okay, so we have I want to play Sonic Rifle. Okay, so if we play Sonic Rifle, we could play Heroic Intuition, which wouldn't be too bad. So we go here, Web Shooter and Wraith play Heroic Intuition. We could Avengers Mansion to then instead play Wraith, but then we get a little bit trouble. We get in a little bit trouble with the Rubble Storm. Professor X has we have a Confuse here. We also have a Sonic Rifle, so we have a Confuse there. So I would rather play the Heroic Strike. So we're gonna use an Avengers Mansion for Captain America so that we can, play Pin Down and also play Heroic Strike. We will be able to stun, so that's nice. So we have a stun, we have a Confuse, so we are good there. Cap is not really doing anything, so let's go ahead and Mansion for Miles. Got Power Within. Okay. Let's go ahead and flip up to, or actually, you know what? We may heal. We may heal here. Let's go ahead and heal. We got 4, so we go back up to 8. Then we're going to flip into Spider-Man. We're going to go Power of Justice and Overwatch to play Sonic Rifle. And just play with 2. We will go ahead and use Sonic Rifle to confuse Ebony Maw. We will do Wraith. Wraith is interesting if nothing else, because Wraith is 3 attack, which is significant. And then we can just heal Wraith with Med Team over and over and over again. Or we can drop a Heroic Intuition on Captain America so that Cap can thwart a good bit. Or we play Power Within, and after your hero uses a basic power, we use Venom Blast, which gives us an on-call stun. I think I would rather get the Heroic Intuition out. So let's go ahead and toss these 2 for Heroic Intuition on Captain America. And, oops, we'll go like that. It's going to give us +1 thwarts. There we go. Just like that. Nice. Okay, that's Spider-Man. Now Captain America is going to come over here. We are going to Avengers Mansion to draw the last card, which is a tackle. We deal an counter card. Okay. Okay, let's play Pin Down on MODOK. Just get that out of the way. And then let's use these 3 to play Heroic Strike. Deal 6 damage to an enemy if we use a physical, which we did. Stun that enemy. So this is going to go down to 14 and stun. We will have Iceman go ahead and attack here, which is going to trigger biomechanical upgrades. Heal all the damage. We will Med Team. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do it. Med Team, Iceman. Heal him for 2. Cap is going to get to thwart for 3 here. This guard is just going to hang out, apparently. And I think that is what we're doing. So let's go ahead and ready. Everybody gets a ready. Okay. Miles gets 5 cards. We got Web Shot. Swing In. There's the swing in. Been looking for that. Skilled Investigator. Perfect. Web Shooter. And another swing in. Perfect. Good, good, good. Okay. Nice. And then we've got a Cap over here gets 6. We got Power Protection, Jocasta, Shield Block, Heroic Strike, so 2, 4, Tackle, 5, and Super Soldier Serum. Hey, we're going to finally play our our resource generators. We're going to place 4 here, or 3 here, I'm sorry. 3 here. Ebony Maw is going to look over at Spider-Man and be stunned. And then Hydra Soldier is going to attack here to deal 2. Ebony Maw is going to look at Cap and be... Wait, I meant to flip down with Cap. And be confused. I drew the cards and everything. And then MODOK is going to scheme for 2. Okay. Should be good there. We're going to deal out encounter cards. Spider-Man has got Exhaustion, Surge, and Exhauster Identity. No! Surge into an Advance. That's actually not good. That is not good at all. Okay. So we're going to go Manipulation, Rebel Storm, and Pacification there. Ebony Maw is going to scheme for 3 plus 1 is 4. So that's going to take us to 10 out of 18. And we will put into play the Power Stone. You are stunned. If you are already stunned, take 3 damage. Place this card in the Infinity Stone discard pile. Okay. Captain America has got Mr. Hyde. Hey, he's got all the big guys. So we will use Iceman. We're running out of room. I guess we could go here. Yeah, we'll go there. So Iceman or Mr. Hyde comes in. We're gonna stun Mr. Hyde. When revealed, if Calvin Zabo is in play, he is not discard. And then yep, so he's a 1/3. And then we've got Self-Experimentation. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for Mr. Hyde and reveal him. He's already in play, so that's nice. Force Interrupt. When a brute enemy would take any amount of damage, remove that much threat from this scheme instead. And that comes in with 10. Okay. We'll pass this over to Captain America. And be slightly concerned about our future. Probably fine, though. Okay, so what are we doing with our lives? So we need to thwart this down. We need to kill Mr. Hyde eventually. We need to kill a Hydra Soldier. Ebony Maw. Okay, so we could play Jocasta for 2. We could do that. Do we have a defense event? We don't have a defense event, so we can't use Jocasta's ability that well unless we go like Shield Block and Heroic Strike for Jocasta, and then we can pull back Shield Strike or Shield Block and put it on Jocasta. And then we can pay for Tackle. That actually may be the right call there, is to use Tackle instead of Heroic Strike for Ebony Maw this turn. So we can utilize Power Protection. So if we're going to do that, let's go ahead and use Avengers Mansion over here on Steve to get a Fearless Determination. That could be, we could thwart this down really, really heavily with Fearless Determination, putting us at a 4 thwart, activate twice type situation. Actually, here, check this out. We'll go Shield Block and Heroic Strike to play Super Soldier Serum. We'll just stack that here. Then we have... we have to play Tackle. We have to play Tackle. Let's have Avengers Mansion go ahead and draw Steve a card, which is a med team. We don't need the med team, so we can go Tackle there, and then Super Soldier and Jocasta. Okay, so Super Soldier, Fearless Determination, can play Jocasta. We're running out of room. We are going to place this here. It's still a little bit on camera, but Jocasta is going to come in and go ahead and grab Shield Block. Okay. We are good. Flip up to Captain America. We will go ahead and thwart for 3 here to kill the hit squad. Sonic Rifle, our Skilled Investigator will trigger to draw into double life for Spider-Man. He gets an encounter card now. Not good. Not good. We do have a Sonic Rifle over here so that we can confuse Ebony Maw. Okay. And then Captain America is going to use Power Protection Med Team to play a tackle on Ebony Maw. So 4 damage or 3 damage and a stun. Take him down to 11 and put him at a stun. Okay. Yep. There we are. So this is at 10. Oops, that was bad. So this is at 10. That's not great. But I'm not 100% sure what to do about that. Oh yeah, we have swing ins. We're fine. We are fine. Okay, so we're going to pass over here to Spider-Man. Spider-Man is going to play a Skilled Investigator on Captain. Yeah, we'll have room there. On Captain America. Let's have a Web Shot play Web Shooter. Yeah, we'll use a Web Shot to play a Web Shooter. Get another copy of that out. We'll use Web Shooter to play. Oh wait, Web Shooter and Swing In to play Swing In. So remove 4 threat from a scheme if you paid for this card using a mental resource, which is our wild here. Resolve the Spider Camouflage. So we're going to remove 4 threat from the main. Take that down to 6. Spider Camouflage states that we give Spider-Man a tough status card and confuse an enemy. So we're going to confuse here and give tough to Spider-Man. Okay. We're not going to play double life. I don't think we need double. Oh, we have Genki. So let's go ahead and flip down to Miles. When we do that, we are going to shuffle a Swing In back into our deck. So after you change to this form, you shuffle 1 Spider-Man card from your discard pile into your deck. So that's going to go into there. And we've got, that's my encounter card. Jefferson Davis is going to remove 1 threat from here. Genki is going to draw us a card into Spider-Man, which we will play next turn. That's going to be pretty big for us. Hopefully we can get Rubble Storm to go off before we draw Spider-Man, just so we don't have to worry about that. I think that we are good. I'm going to toss double life, and we'll hang on to Spider-Man. And we will go ahead and ready up. Get everybody ready. I have so many of these tokens to flip now. Oh, wait, we never did anything with Jocasta or Iceman. I guess we will... I'm just going to retcon this because... Yeah. Let's have Iceman deal 2 damage to the Hydra Soldier. And let's have Jocasta thwart for 2 here. Would that have messed anything up? I don't think it would have. So this goes down to 3. Okay. And we will draw up. So Captain America gets 5 cards. We got Iron Fist. There it is. Strength. Beautiful. Fearless Determination. Nice. Shield Block 2, 4. And a Nick Fury. I like what we have going now. Okay. So we're going to keep Spider-Man. We're going to get an Arrows. Nice. A Sonic Rifle. Sweet. A Under Surveillance. Beautiful. Arachnobatics. And a Double Life. Alrighty. Okay. Starting out, we're going to place 2 threat here. We got rid of the acceleration icon. Ebony Maw is going to check Captain America. He is stunned. MODOK is going to run in at 0. Mr. Hyde is stunned. Ebony Maw is going to check Spider-Man. Be confused. Hydra Soldier is going to scheme for 1. Yuck. We will deal out encounter cards. Oops, sorry about that. Captain America has got Reactor Overload. When revealed, each player must choose to either take 2 damage or place 2 threat here. Comes in with 3. 2 damage or 2 threat. We're going to... that's going to run into the tough here. Yeah, we're going to go tough and 2 damage. So, down to 8. But that puts Captain America in easy thwart range, so that we can trigger the skilled investigators. And actually, we may have Spider-Man take care of it. We'll see. We'll just see what happens with these encounter cards. Spider-Man's first is the Doomsday Chair. If MODOK is not in play, search the encounter deck and discard power from MODOK and put him into play engaged with us. That's going to give us an acceleration icon. We probably will not touch that. I feel like that with the 8, I'd rather just keep MODOK around. But hopefully we will be okay. Okay. And we've got Channeling Trace. Remove 1 invocation counter from each spell in your play area. So manipulation triggers. Discard 1 card at random from your hand, and we are confused. We will... Oh, nope, we have 6 cards. 6 is a Eros. That's fine. Manipulation. Rebel Storm. Deal 2 damage to each character you control. That's going to take us down to 4 on Miles. Poor Miles has been at 4 twice now. And then Pacification is going to trigger. So, exhaust. Oh, and we are confused. Yeah, we're confused. Pacification is going to trigger. Discard each upgrade you control. Ew, Sonic Rifle, sad. And Skilled Investigator, I guess, is upgraded. And then we are stunned. Okay, good. Good. That was a fun turn. But hey, we have so much room now. I should have added Auto into this deck. The one where Auto can ready an upgrade and draw a card if it's a tech upgrade. But like, these are all tech upgrades, so that would have been smart to do. Pass this over to Miles, and let's figure out our life. Okay. Oh, we can't play Spider-Man again. Okay. We're going to go Jefferson Davis to remove 1 here. Okay. Genki is going to draw us a card. Give me a... Yes. Okay. That works. It works because it is a wild. So we can go Arachnobatics, Power of Justice, and a double life to play Spider-Man. That's going to be our rainbow for Spider-Man, which can then allow us to do a lot of thwarting, a lot of whatever we kind of really need to do. That being said, I do want 1 more card for Under Surveillance. Yes. So we will probably give the mansion to Miles, but we don't necessarily need to do that right now. We will go ahead and heal. So go back up to 8. Oh, we don't have a Confuse. Should we play Sonic Rifle? Dang it. We may want to play Sonic Rifle just so we get it confused with Ebony Maw. Okay. Let's go ahead and flip up to Spider-Man. Let's give Mansion to Spider-Man, which is a defense mechanism, not a physical. Shoot. So double life, Arachnobatics, and Power of Justice will play Spider-Man. Spider-Man will go ahead and thwart 2 here. Reactor Overload will trigger Skilled Investigator over here for Captain America, which is an Armored Vest. Take 1 damage. We get to ready Spider-Man. Did we use the Avengers Mansion here? I don't think we did we? Oh, sweet. Energy. Well, that works. That works really well. We'll go energy to play under surveillance on the main. We will go ahead and thwart to remove the confuse. And we will use a sonic rifle to play a defense mechanism. Okay. Oh, we can confuse them. Oh, sweet. So what we're going to do is we're going to defend here. We're going to respond and then confuse Ebony Maw before Ebony Maw gets to go. So that'll be cool. Okay. We're still stunned. I think we're good over here. So let's have Captain America go. So we have Iron Fist, which we need to play. We could honestly flip down and get Nick for 3. Then we could play him. Yeah, we could easily do that. This is a Super Soldier Serum is just a resource. For some reason, I thought it was a hero resource. Okay, so let's go ahead and thwart for 3 off of here. You know what? No, we're gonna thwart for 3 off of self-experimentation, because this is now at a 22. We're only at 6. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Iceman and Jocasta should not be exhausted. I have like a dual layer. Like these are not my cards. These are my cards. It's just weird. Okay. Night. Ooh, actually, I probably should have used Night Nurse over here, but we're gonna use Night Nurse to heal up to 9. We're at 8. We'll go to 9 and remove the stun. Okay. Night Nurse is done. Let's go. Let's flip down to Steve. We will use a Strength and a Fearless Determination. Yeah. To play Nick Fury. Where? I do not know. That's not Nick. We'll play Nick right there. It's so chaotic. I'm sorry. We'll draw 3 cards. We got Cap's Helmet, Super Soldier Serum, and a Genius. Ooh, nice. Okay. So if we use Genius for a Super Soldier Serum, I'm running out of ready exhaust tokens as well. And then we use one of the Super Soldier Serums, a shield block, Captain America's helmet, and an armored vest. Ooh, actually, hold on. We're out of ally slots. So let's go ahead and just have Jocasta thwart for 2 off of self-experimentation, which will knock Jocasta out. We didn't get to use her ability, but that's fine. So we're going to use Super Soldier. I guess we could hang on to shield block. Yeah, we'll Super Soldier. We'll hang on to Armored Vest to play Iron Fist. With these 2. To play Iron Fist. Iron Fist will attack Ebony Maw using one of his Mystic counters to deal an additional damage and stun. So this is going to be 3 damage. So we're going to go down to, we're at 11, so go down to 8. And stun Ebony Maw. Okay. Nick is going to support for 2, taking this down to 3, which is putting it right in range of a basic activation for Captain America. And do we have anything else that we want to do? Nick's going to take a damage. Iceman could do something. Iceman will go ahead and deal 2 damage to Ebony Maw. We got to kill him sometime. And that is everything. These turns are getting incredibly long, and I like it. Okay, so let's stand up. Oh, I played Spider-Man over here. So actually, the Living Legend wouldn't work. So we're just going to use that Armored Vest to pay for the last thing. It is the first ally I played. Spider-Man was the first ally, so we cannot actually use this ability. So I think the turns have gotten so long that that may not actually be true, but we'll just go ahead and say we use the Armored Vest to, or the extra resource that we had to pay for the allies. Okay. Okay, so we're going to place 3 here. So we're going to go up to 9 out of 22. Ebony Maw is going to check Spider-Man and be stunned. Hydra Soldier is going to attack Spider-Man. We will defend. After you use a basic power, discard defense mechanism and resolve the spider. The Spider Camouflage, so we'll get a tough and confuse Ebony Maw. Okay. We take no damage from that. Now we have Ebony Maw checking Steve, being confused. MODOK is going to add 2, so that's going to take us to... We're at 9, so that's going to take us to 11. And then Mr. Hyde's going to add 1 to take us to 12. And that is it. Pass out encounter cards. We got Manipulation. So this surges, enters play with 2 invocation counters. It surges into Under Fire. Surge, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. The Doomsday Chair is back. Well, I guess it's here. We got 2 Doomsday Chairs. That's going to come in with 8. And yep. And we've got Baron Zemo with Quick Strike and a... We cannot thwart while he's engaged. We will go ahead and block the Quick Strike with Nick, because Nick's going to get discarded regardless. Okay. Cool. Steve has got a master plan. No, self-experimentation. So this is going to go up to 12. This is going to go up to 12. And then self-experimentation is going to go up to 7. Okay. Pass this over to Steve. We never drew our hands. That's fine. Here we are. We have Wraith, Blindfold, Genius, Web Shot, and Power of Justice for Spider-Man. And then Steve has got Heroic Strike, Mockingbird, Agent 13, Steve's Apartment, and Pin Down. Oh, we got another Pin Down. We actually may throw Pin Down on Mr. Hyde and just leave Mr. Hyde out now. Also, I realized that I could have triggered Iceman on Baron Zemo to prevent the Quick Strike, but since we had Nick, I'm happy with that play. Okay, so Pin Down will attach to Mr. Hyde. Now Mr. Hyde is swinging for 1. And I'm okay with that. We've got our Heroic Strike. Which is our stun. We have a Sonic Rifle for a Confuse over here, if we need it. So we should be good there. I need to kill Baron. Killing Baron would be big. Killing Baron would be nice. Not 100% sure how I do that. Also, if we heroic strike, we push Ebony Maw into stage 3, which would give us an encounter card because we've got, I think, all of our spells in the discard pile. So it would give us an acceleration token, and then Spider-Man will get an encounter card. I believe that's how you would do it. Because each player would discard. So I think that's how we would do that. The other option is that we could like thwart for 3, thwart for 3, thwart for 1. I'm starting to think that dropping Mockingbird is the right play here. Mockingbird will stun, and then we have a 1. Yeah, we have a 1 damage which we can throw on Baron or get self-experimentation out there. But with this low deck size, I'm thinking that we deck out before we get rid of self-experimentation. Actually, we may not even need to get rid of self-experimentation now that Pen Down is on Mr. Hyde. So with that, actually, we're not even going to worry about self-experimentation. It would be nice to get rid or use it for a skilled investigator draw. But I think we're probably good, honestly. So yeah, let's use Super Soldier Serum to play a Steve's Apartment. I start stacking these. Steve's Apartment. So alter ego action, exhaust to heal 1 and draw, which is a shield toss. Shield toss is interesting. Not interesting enough to use, I don't think. Because again, I think I would like to stun Ebony Maw. I'm starting to think that I want to heroic strike Ebony Maw. I think that's the right call. So let's do that. Do we want to Living Legend Mockingbird? No. We're heroic striking, so that's going to be the damage. So let's go ahead and flip up. Let's use Mockingbird, Shield Toss, and Agent 13 to play Heroic Strike. Deal 6 damage to a enemy. If you paid for this card using a physical resource, stun that enemy. So we did. Ebony Maw is going to go into stage 3. Stage 3. When he activates against you, remove an invocation counter from each spell card in your play area. Each player discards cards from the encounter deck until they discard a spell. Put that into play in their spell area. So Captain America is 1. We are at 46 health. That's the other thing, is we just need to deal damage because eventually we lose. We're just going to use that for damage because I ran out of tokens. So 46 and stun. Captain America has so many options. I'm thinking about going 2 here. Getting rid of Zemo would be nice. Or just starting to run at the villain. If we run at the villain, okay, so we have Avengers Mansion. We could draw a card, which could get us another activation. We're at 12 out of 22. We've seen our advance. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. We have to do this. I'm sorry. So Ebony Maw, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So Cap fulfills. We get a acceleration token, so 3, which makes me think we need to thwart. And then Spider-Man's going to get 1. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. We've got, oh, manipulation. Perfect. The first one. So in 2 turns, or in 2 activations, 2 invocations, Spider-Man's going to get super manipulated. Okay. We're going to go ahead and thwart with Captain America, taking this down to 9. And I think we're going to give Spider-Man all of the cards. Okay. Yep. Okay. So Spider-Man is going to thwart 2 here, which will ready Spider-Man. Let's go ahead and Avengers Mansion to draw Heroic Intuition. We'll Avengers Mansion to draw a Strength. Okay. That's nice. Let's use a... I want to web shot this guy. So let's use a web shooter and a heroic heroic intuition would be really nice to play right now, and a wraith to play web shot. So that's going to deal 4 damage to an enemy if you paid for this card using a lightning, which we did with the web shooter. Resolve Venom Blast, which deals 2 and stuns. So we're good there. Let's go ahead and use Strength to play a Heroic Intuition, which is going to give us a +1 thwart. Oh, I never took out my second copy of status boost. +1. Okay. We are going to... This is a hero response. Let's use that. Let's use a web shooter and the Power of Justice to play Blindfold. After Blindfold enters play, look at the top 5 cards of the encounter deck, discard 1 of them, and put the rest back in the same order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I reverse the order so we can flip them face up. So we got Under Fire. So we got Gang Up, we got Hit Squad, Channeling Trance, and Reactor Overload. Okay, so Under Fire would be a encounter card because we are going to stun Ebony Maw. We're not going to have an activation of Ebony Maw. So I think we get rid of Under Fire, meaning that Captain America is going to get a Gang Up, which means that Ebony Maw will activate. All of this stuff is going to go and be a bad. But, I mean, that's what we have to do when we got Hit Squad. We're going to take more damage. Captain America is going to take 4. Be exhausted. 5. We're going to have someone block. Yeah, we're going to have someone block. Because Captain America is going to take 1 damage here. Gang up the villain and each minion attacks. So he's going to take 4 damage here. So that's going to be 5 total damage, putting him at 4. And then we will discard this, and we could take up to 3 damage. This is going to trigger, giving us stunned. If we already stunned, we take 3 damage, which we would already be stunned. So we would take 3 damage from Power Stone. Captain America is not in a good spot. So we're minimum taking 4, 5. You know what? Actually, we're going to keep Under Fire, and we're going to toss Gang Up. So that's going to give us Hit Squad, Channeling Trace, remove 1 invocation. So that is going to hit the 1, but it's not going to have Ebony Maw activate against us again. So we won't get the Power Stone. And then Reactor Overload. That stinks, but that's what's going to happen. Ow. Okay. We have a Genius. We'll use Med Team to heal Spider-Man here. Spider-Man has a 3 thwart. Okay, let's use Spider-Man to thwart this down to 4. We'll use a sonic rifle to confuse Ebony Maw. We need damage. We really need damage at this point, and so I guess Blindfold will thwart 2 here. She'll take a damage. Spider-Man will flip down to Miles. We're going to shuffle probably an attack acrobatics, an acrobatics back in, because that's going to be a lot of damage. Rather than Spider Camouflage. Oh, so much damage. We need to do so much damage. It's so... Jeez. Okay. So Miles is going to shuffle that back in. We're going to Genki to draw a card into Power Within. And then Jefferson Davis is going to remove 1 threat from here. We will use a Genius to play Power Within. And that's going to be our turn. So let's stand up. Everyone stands up. Everyone stands up. Iceman and Iron Fist didn't do anything, but that is fine. I'm okay with that because we wanted to use the med team over here on Spider-Man. Everyone should be ready now. So let's go ahead and draw. Captain's going to get a Never Back Down, another Never Back Down, a Victor, Tackle, and a Shield Toss. Okay. Miles is going to get a For Justice, Overwatch Swing In, Concussive Blow, Champion's Mobile Bunker, so 2, 4, 5, and Concussive Blow. Alrighty. We're going to add 5 to the main. Ebony Maw is going to check Captain America and be stunned. MODOK is going to attack for 1. For 0. Mr. Hyde is going to attack. And we'll remove a threat from there instead of damaging Mr. Hyde with the Retaliate. Then Ebony Maw is going to check Miles and be confused. And then go 1 here. Whew. Okay, so deal out encounter cards. So we know under fire, Surge, reveal a top card. So remove 1 invocation counter from each spell environment in your play area. So Fireball deals 4, takes us down to 4. We discard that. Pacification. After an invocation counter is removed from pacification, discard it. Exhaust each upgrade you control. We are stunned. And Rubble Storm. Then we got, that was Channeling Trace. I think this is I think I was dealt Reactor Overload as well. Yeah, I was. I definitely was. Okay, so Reactor Overload is going to come in, and when revealed, each player chooses to either take 2 damage or place 2 threat there. That's going to be 3. It's going to have a Crisis icon. So we're going to choose to... Captain America is going to place 2 threat, and Spider-Man is going to take 2 damage probably. Yeah, knock off the tough. And then we've got a hit squad for Spider-Man. So when revealed, we're going to be doing some more stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay. So Captain America is going to discard and take 0 damage. That was huge. And then Miles is going to take 2 damage. We will pass this over, and we need to figure out damage. We are in a losing... We're losing right now. We cannot sustain this for too long. So Okay, so we have an Overwatch. We have an Overwatch and a swing in, and so that works pretty well. We have 1, 2, 3. So I think we need one more of these. Okay. Okay, so Jefferson Davis is going to remove one from here. Genki is going to draw Spider-Man a card, which is Dazzler. We're going to probably go Overwatch and swing in. So that's going to confuse Ebony Maw, so we don't really need Dazzler all that much. We have Venom Blast here. Do we have stun? We do have stun. We are stunned. Ah, my skilled investigator is exhausted. That's sad. Whatever. Okay. Okay. Let's have Miles flip up to Spider-Man. We're going to throw Overwatch on Reactor Overload. We are going to we need a mental. We don't have a mental resource. I guess we'll use a web shooter. Use a web shooter to get the mental target and a for justice to play swing in. Remove 4 threat from a scheme. If you paid for this using mental, we will. So we're gonna take this off. We're gonna trigger Overwatch. We'll take 2 off of Hit Squad. Overwatch got triggered. Reactor Overload is there. Boom. Skilled Investigator is going to trigger and draw us an attack acrobatics. Dangerous, 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 dangerous. That needs to be played. We cannot not play that. So let's go ahead and we're going to kill the guard here. Which will deal us an encounter card. Spider-Man is going to thwart the Hit Squad. Just to get that out of play. Crisis is gone. Spider-Man readies Spider-Man. Spider-Man is going to attack here for 2. We're going to trigger Power Within. After your hero uses a basic power discard, you resolve Venom Blast, so 2 damage and stun. How is that confusing? Oh, I did confuse Ebony Maw because of the spider camouflage. Okay. We will use Concussive Blow to play Attack Arachnobatics. 2 damage, 3 and 3, so that's 8 damage total. So we'll go here. So down to 34. I like that. Where are my heroic strikes? Do we have we seen all the heroic strikes? We've seen all 3 heroic strikes, so that's a little sad. Okay. We could get Dazzler out just for the damage. Or we could just drop Mobile Bunker. Spider-Man needs the damage. We could just drop Mobile Bunker. We also need a Tough because Spider Camouflage ability, all that good stuff. We're going to drop the Bunker. Okay. So now it's Captain America's turn. Let's go ahead and use Night Nurse to heal and remove stun. And Night Nurse is going to get shuffled back in. So that's kind of nice. We're at 5 with Cap. Um, I think we just start swinging. I mean, we are going to lose this race. Um, let's go Avengers Mansion and Avengers Mansion to draw Captain America 2 cards, which is a energy and a helicarrier. We get a card because we decked out. It's so crazy. Do we need Iceman anymore? Do we have any minions? I don't think we do. We have Baron. Do we have any minions? We have Calvin in the discard pile or in the deck. So Iceman may start swinging. I guess we don't really need him to swing until next turn, but okay. Okay. We're just gonna I'm gonna attack for 2. We are going to get rid of a Never Back Down to ready and attack for 2. We're going to use an energy and a tackle to play Helicarrier. We are going to play Shield Toss, discard X cards from your hand, then return Captain America's shield from play to your hand, deal 4 damage to X number of enemies. We're going to toss a Never Back Down, so we're going to deal 4 damage to Ebony Maw. Shield comes back. Yeah, shield comes back to our hand. Helicarrier will play the shield. We will flip down to Steve. Steve's apartment will trigger to heal and draw, which is a shield block. Did we play an ally this round? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. Blindfold was already out there, so we're good. So we're going to play shield block to play Victor. And we should be good. Okay. Okay. I'm feeling a little bit better, but we have a lot of encounter cards coming. But we did just reset our... Well, I guess we didn't reset Spider-Man's deck, but we can get attack acrobatics going, right? I mean, we're at 26, and so that's effectively 3 attack acrobatics, but we also have more damage elsewhere. So I'm hoping that we are good. I'm hoping that we are going to be okay. So let's just make sure that we have everything ready. Everything's ready. Let's go ahead and have Spider-Man draw up to Helicarrier. Web Shot. There's some damage. Overwatch. Ghost Spider. And there's the Arachnobatics. So we could potentially play this and then shuffle it right back into our deck. Okay. We're pretty far away from actually thinking about that. So we got tackle, strength, power, protection, genius, yikes, and a heroic strike. Okay, so there we have damage. We have some damage. We're gonna place 5, so we go up to 12 out of 22. We're gonna check here. Ebony Maw is stunned. We're gonna check here. Ebony Maw is confused, and we're gonna add 3 from our minions, up to 15. Deal out encounter cards, and hopefully survive. Spider-Man has got a pacification. Come in with 3 and Surge. Channeling Trace. Remove 1 from each. Oops. Then we've got a Reactor Overload yet again. Okay, so we got 3. And we can choose to either place 2 or take 2 damage. Spider-Man's going to take the 2 damage. Steve is going to... Steve is going to place the 2 threat. Steve does not have a lot of health. Steve is going to resolve his 2 encounter cards, which are biomechanical upgrades attached to the minion with the highest printed hit points without another copy of biomechanical upgrades. So that's going to be Mr. Hyde, because he has 10. And then we've got biomechanical upgrades, which is going to go on to MODOK. So we're just going to leave them out there forever, apparently. And we're passing first player. So we are in a situation. Can we do 26 damage this turn? The answer is a very much a maybe. Let's think about it. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14 just off of basic activations. We have 20 based off a heroic strike, and we need 26. So we need 6 more damage. Web shot is our 6 damage. We do have lethal. Let's make sure that we are not missing anything. I don't think we are. So let's roll into it. Very, very exciting. Okay. So someone did comment and ask if I could see how much damage I could do on the last round. So we will just go ahead and play this into the negative. We do have a victory on the table right now. But what we're going to do is once we deal the amount of damage, we're going to see how much we can do just for fun. So all that being said, let's do Steve's Apartment to heal for 1 and draw a card. Fearless Determination. Do not need that. We also have a tackle here. We have a lot of damage. We don't have any allies that we can play, so let's go ahead and actually let's use Avengers Mansion while we're down here to get Jocasta. Nice. Okay. So Iceman is going to attack and deal 2 damage here. So this is going to take us down to 24. 24, that's going to knock out Iceman. Oh, drop that. Do we have enough for Jocasta? Yes, we do. Helicarrier and Super Soldier Serum is going to play Jocasta. I don't really care about the whatever, so we're going to deal a damage with Jocasta. Okay. Iron Fist is going to attack and use Mystic Counter to deal 3 damage. There, and Ebony Maw is stunned. We have so much damage. We have so much. We're fine. We're absolutely fine. Okay, so Ebony Maw is stunned. We'll flip up to Captain America. We will attack for 2. Take him down to 18. We will Genius and Fearless Determination. Heroic Strike for 6. Taking him down to 12. We will Power of Protection and Super Soldier to play Tackle to deal 3. Take him down to 9. Yep. We'll toss a string to Ready. Deal 3. Or deal 2, I'm sorry. Take him down to 7. Okay. That's going to be Captain America's turn. On Spider-Man's turn, we are going to Avengers Mansion to draw a card to a 4 Justice. We'll take an encounter card. I don't really care to do that. We'll Champion's Mobile Bunker. Draw 2 and discard 2. It's kind of fun to see how much damage you can really do. I'm not missing anything. I'm afraid I'm missing like a guard or something. We should be fine. We just can't thwart the main. So we should be good. So draw 2. Concussive Blow and a double life. And discard 2. So we're going to discard Overwatch. And we're going to discard 4 Justice. Okay. Genki will draw us a card. Concussive Blow. And we'll discard a card. Which will probably be double life. I don't think we need double life. Okay. Double life was a lightning, which could trigger web shot, but we should be fine. We will attack for 2. Spider-Man will attack for 2. That will take Ebony Maw down to 3. Which readies Spider-Man. Spider-Man is going to attack for 2. We don't have a way to confuse, which is kind of funny. Let's go ahead and web shooter and a helicarrier for a web shot. So that's going to deal 6 damage. So 5. Now we're going to start counting up. So here's 5. 5 excess damage. I think that's kind of where it ends, honestly. I mean, like, we have 5 damage here, which I think is our best option. Oh, we do have a concussive blow. So it probably would have been better to concussive blow something, but and then no, it wouldn't. Well, we'll have attack acrobatics to deal 5. So that's 10 extra damage, and then I think we're kind of tapped out. 10 extra damage. So yeah, we got the victory. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Excellent. So that was Spider-Man and Captain America teamed up. This one was a little bit more of a, can we generate a very challenging encounter and then see how we can tech against the encounter. So like, we've done some cool synergies between heroes. So like last time we did Storm and Cyclops and see how those heroes interacted. This one I took a little bit different of approach where I put together like a really crazy encounter set and villain, and then wanted to see how I could beat them. And so that's what that was. If you enjoyed this, I'm doing more of these in the future, so please hit that like, follow, all that good stuff, and we will do more in the future. Until then, I will see you around. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.